Hi boys and girls, we have been exploring where we can see texture in nature. And last week we used leaves and foil to cover over and see the texture of our leaves. Today you will get your material back and it will be sprayed black. Your job is to take some steel wool, ball it up, and uncover as much of your leaf as you can. So this is only about 10% finished. I need to keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing until I get a lot of that black away. Even on the flat parts, the parts over here that do not have texture, I still would like to expose a lot of that shiny foil underneath, only leaving the black spray paint at the very edges of where those leaf veins are. Boys and girls, it's very important today that you give your best effort to uncovering all of the shiny foil as much as you can with your steel wool. While you are working on this at your table, we are going to begin another activity where we are also going to be looking at the question of where do we see texture in nature. I will assign at your table numbers to people who are going to be doing this in order. I will give each table one gel printing plate. This plate has it feels like jello inside of it, or jelly. But I need you to be extra careful with this plate because if you poke it or scratch it or put any kind of material on it that is not supposed to go on here, it may tear or scratch, compromising its effectiveness. Here's how we're going to do it. I'm also going to be giving you a plate with ink and a brayer. In your material boxes, you will have a variety of leaves. And lastly, at the front table, I will have set out name class number paper for you to use. Everyone will need 2 pieces. The first thing that you're going to do on your gel plate is you are going to take and cover it in ink. The technique we use for covering it in ink is dabbing your brayer in the ink, bringing it down and rolling it on the tray. Remember, this part is only to try and get even ink on your brayer. We've done printmaking multiple times now, and you should know this step very well. As I begin rolling ink onto my gel plate, it may look a bit see-through still, and that's good. I do not want my ink to be so thick that I cannot still see through it in a way down through the gel. Gently roll on the ink. Get all the parts of the plate covered. And now this is a good amount of ink. You can see that it's still a little bit see-through in some areas. All right, I can now set my ink aside. Next thing is I'm going to take my leaves and I want to make sure and put them veiny side down. So this is the colorful side and this is going to go up. So the veiny side is going to go onto my plate. So I'm going to make sure, and I want to get those stems off. Arrange my leaves in a way that might look kind of nice. I can use 2, 3, maybe 4 leaves depending on the size of them. Any more than that will kind of be too boring when you do your printing, and you'll see why. Next, take your paper and ensure that you have your name class number filled out before this next step, because I'm now going to take and do my first print pull. Gently lay your paper down onto your gel print with your leaves underneath, And with the whole part of your hand, all of your hand, palm and fingers and thumb, I want you to rub the back of your paper. Doing this is not going to be safe for our gel plate, so please use your whole hand when you are rubbing the back of your paper. Get all the edges, massaging the back of your paper. When you've gotten all the parts of your paper rubbed, you may pull off your print. And here we have the negative image of your leaves on your plate. The next thing that you're going to do is gently pull off your leaves. You can actually set them to the side because someone might be able to use them again. We all can use our leaves more than once. Now it's time for us to do our second print. Take your second piece of paper, also with your name, class, and number put on, and you are going to, again, lay it down onto your gel plate and massage the back of your paper with your hand. When it is ready, you can lift it up and see all of those beautiful veins from the back of your leaves. I can see the veins because I made sure to put the veiny side down onto my printing plate. Now, the other people at my table may use my leaves since I have set them to the side, and these two prints should go onto the drying rack. Once I am finished with my print, the next person is going to use the printing plate, and I will go back to working on my foil relief, scratching it off with the steel wool. Okay, boys and girls, I will come around and give your table the materials they need, and also give you a number of when you will be using the gel plate at your table. Okay, let's head to your tables and we can get started.